Hey, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Shem Shai. Honors to the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect. Elder brother pushing his work in sincerity and truth. This is brother Thamaya from James Toronto. Coming at you with another video. Today's video I'm going to be talking about this lesson will be titled You Will Be Forced or They Will Be Forced to Accept It. Okay? The reason why I'm talking about these women will be forced to accept polygyny. Okay? Because this is getting out of hand now. Every podcast you go on, every podcast you see, every clip that you see is these women talking about men being faithful, right? I always say this world has made these women proud, right? Now they're talking about courting, right? Getting courted, not understanding that courtship, that's for virgins, okay? Most of these women have already been ran through, and now they're talking about courtship, right? Monogamy is something that you bargain with virginities, okay? Women that are talking about monogamy and one man should be with them and no one else. These are women with children also, okay? Women with multiple children, 3, 4 children, telling you as a man, even men with substance, they're telling them that they should just be with them and them only. If they look at any other woman, then, they're going to look at other men. The whole, equality nonsense, right? They seem to think that monogamy is only for the men, really, because once a woman has multiple children, monogamy is supposed to be out the window, okay? And this is something that's being pushed. That's how you know this is of the world, because women of the world, men of the world, also people of the church, anything that you see the church and people that are in the world pushing, it's of the devil and it's wicked, okay? Because the world also pushes Christmas. People that are not in the truth, they push for Christmas. They push for all the wicked holidays. So anything that these people go with, it's against the scriptures, because the scripture doesn't talk about monogamy from the man's perspective, okay? Monogamy is for women. Let me get Ecclesiasticus 25:19. And it says here, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman, but the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Right, and this is wickedness, what these women are doing, right, that I'm seeing talking on podcasts. These are women that are self-proclaimed 3 or 4s, right? Even an OnlyFans woman who talking would say when they get a boyfriend, so-called boyfriend, he cannot look at other women. These are porn stars you're talking about here, right? Whose lifestyle is to go and have intercourse with multiple men. But then they're still talking about monogamy, and you can do nothing with no other girl if you're dating them. Do you see how twisted this world is, fellas? These women have stronghold. Pretty much, they're taking control by just yanking it out of your hands, right? And threaten to they threaten to break up relationships and households, just because you have desire for other women. Okay, so the scripture says in Jeremiah that a woman shall compass a man, and we're seeing it. I'm seeing it. Jeremiah 31:22 says here, "How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord will hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man." And this goes to on multiple levels, jobs, right? But in a relationship sense, now, after crying for so-called equality, right, and after kicking the men out of the house, breaking up families and homes, right? Now they're complaining about men not being manly anymore, which these men that you see now are men that they have raised, right, without any fathers in the household, right? Now they're complaining now about the men not being manly. Men are not men. Of course they're not men. You women raised them. You can't raise men to be men. It's impossible, right? So now these are the things that they're talking about. After messing up the house, now they're talking about men not being men anymore. But women are not being women anymore either, because if they were being women, then they would understand the nature of things, right? So that's also a notch on your belt for not playing your role. Okay? And the reason why these things are going on also, because none of them have ever seen poverty. Okay? They haven't seen the loss of children, right, on a major level. They haven't seen starvation on a major level. Right? Yeah, they might talk about, oh, when we were young, we grew up without, not a lot of food to eat. But that's a choice from your parents. Okay? That's a choice that your parents chose to put you through. But poverty is coming, and death and anguish is coming. That's the reason why this video is titled, "You Will Be Forced to Accept It." Okay? Isaiah 4:1. You're going to accept it whether you like it or not. Right? Even you women in the truth, right, who still has that worldly mindset, and monogamy is a worldly mindset, whether you want to accept it or not. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, "We will eat our bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach." Right? Let's see. What do you think that is? They're going to accept the fact that you have multiple women, because guess what? They're not going to want to die. Right? And this only applies to the elect men, right? Who's going to keep these women safe, but they're going to cleave on to other men also, right? Other men that they think have power in that day, right? And they're going to all perish, because the Lord's going to remember all these proud talking, the slick talking, high demands, right? High body counts, pride, all the things that we see now, these women have accepted. They're going to give it up, right? They're going to give up the ghost of monogamy, right? It's nothing wrong with monogamy if a man chooses to be with one woman, right? I'm not going against that, but monogamy is naturally for women, because they're the one who's supposed to be with one man until they die. But now they're coming at you with a bunch of spirits, really, from other men, right? And then you have to battle those spirits, right? In order for her to be submissive, and she will never be submissive, because a brother did a video, you know, and look up the word submission. They always talk about a man can't handle them, but for them to be submissive, you have to manhandle them. check up the word definition. The definition of the word submission. It says here, act or fact for accepting or yielding to a superior force for the will of or authority for another person, right? So it has to be taken. When you submit someone, let's say you're in a jiu-jitsu match, the person that submits, or in an MMA fight, or in a fight in general, the person that submit is the person who's being conquered. Okay, you're being beating up on, you're being you're in a submission, really, right? So you have to tap out because you can't take the pressure anymore, right? And that's what these women don't understand. The word submission, it's not something that's given, it's something that's taken, right? And that's going to happen in the days to come because men are getting tired also, right? And you're seeing a lot of women talking about, hating men online. So they can talk all this stuff now because, everything's peaches and cream. There's no violence in the earth. When I say violence in the earth, I'm talking about they can still walk down the road and still be safe. They can still be out at night and still be safe. But the days are coming when these things will be heightened and no one is safe out here. We'll see what monogamy, how you would deal with monogamy in that day because you're not going to care. Trust me. Shalom.